3, 2, 1, and we're off. So we'll just give it a couple of seconds for any people to drift in. It's Saturday, so most people might be out. Normally tell, because if somebody will drop in pretty quickly if it's going to be. Anyway, so let's crack on. So we're going to do a live review. Obviously, welcome back to the channel. Forgot that. Always say that. And we're going to do a live review. Now, this is a kit I'm actually thinking of selling. There's nothing wrong with it that I'm aware of. I haven't really looked at it properly, as is with these live reviews, but it's just a bit smaller than I thought it was going to be. And I like to build bigger stuff. So I don't know. I haven't quite made my mind up yet. But I'm going to do the review anyway, because the bags are the sort that you can reseal. And we'll go from there. The kit I'm going to be reviewing is it's TAKOM's. Now, I don't know whether you say BANDVAGN, BV206S. It comes with interior, articulated armored personnel carrier. I can tell you this was a new kit this year, 2018. New tool. And actually, no, I'm just looking at the history, actually. Right, it was a new tool this year, a new tool in 2013, and it started life off with M4 models in 2004. It then went to firing line in 2013, and now TAKOM have retooled it, and they have it. So it's very confusing, because when you go on ScaleMates, when you go on the first page, it says new release 2018. And it's only that I've clicked on history just to make sure there's nothing there. While I'm talking to you, the history's loaded. I've glanced over and noticed that what I've just told you is absolutely wrong. So I've corrected that now. And there we go. So it comes with, apparently, according to ScaleMates, 3 decal patterns. I think it's 2 German and 1 Italian. So there we go. So anyway, we'll have a quick look round. It's quite a small box, really, considering you know, most of TAKOM stuff is at 1/35 quite big. Well, the stuff I've seen. And it's a top opening box. Nice artwork on the front, signed by Jason 2018, whoever Jason is. Well done, Jason. Yeah, it probably said, oh, no, it says underneath age 5 3/4. I'm only kidding. Right. So let's take the lid off. It says all hatches can be built in open or closed position. One-piece tracks. This is not a toy. Yeah. Right. So let's want to get it and put it back in the exact order it came in. So we turn that upside down in there, and then everything will go back exactly in the box. Pop that to one side. Pop that to the other. Right, I'm going to start with this little bag here. I'm only reviewing this because I can reseal these bags. Obviously, if I'm going to sell it and they were sealed and I had to tear them open, I wouldn't be doing it. So we will have a look. Now then, I've decided that I'm going to flip through the instruction manuals, but I'm no longer going to tell you where stuff goes together, because you all pretty much know, so it seems a bit pointless. Right. So we've got a correction, number 21. There's a correction there. We've got a tiny little decal sheet, so there's not many decals on it. So those of you that like doing decals, this is going to be a good one for you because there's not many on it. I'm going to move the camera down, don't worry. Just getting things ready. There we go. Right, so let's move this down. Yeah, I'll get in touch with you, Rob. Off the top of my head, it's a funny colour. It's like a greyish, pinkish colour. Oh, the Vietnam camo. Off the top of my head, no, but I can find out. Definitely. So, yeah, I'll find out for you. I'm at a barbecue. Do you need to know today? Want to move that? Sorry, I'm going to have to turn the fan off because it's making the screen wobble. So we've got this little decal pattern. Well, pattern. Little tiny sheet. I don't know who made them, but they're okay. You know, they're good enough for what you need them for. They're not a main feature of this kit, so that's good enough. That was the correction I was on about. The camera wasn't up when I showed it. The camera wasn't down, sorry. We've got these. I'm not going to lie, I've got no idea what they are. They're rubber. They're rubber. That's all I can say. They're rubber. You guys will know much more about that than me. I'm a specialist. We're out there. We'll know all about that. So we've got this little booklet. Actually, that's got a nice matte feel to it. So that's quite a quality. Right. So I'm going to turn this around. I have no idea what any of these parts are called. So we're just literally going to flick through. So we've got our sprue map there. You know, information on removing PE parts, etc., etc. As you can see, there's a lot of very tiny parts, which is one of the reasons I was considering selling it, because I've got sausage fingers, and it's a lot of pieces to lose. It's a lot of pieces to lose. Too many pieces to lose. And I'm sure TAKOM would get fed up with me ringing them up asking for new bits to be sent out. There's a lot of information in here crammed in a small booklet. I do like the booklet style, the smallest. It's very nice. It's good quality paper. It's nice and clear. Clean, crisp diagrams showing where everything goes. And I recently watched John Moore's one of John Moore's videos, and in it he had an excellent idea. I don't know whether it's his. I assume people have used this before, but he was the first one that notified me about it, and I now use fluorescent markers. So as I do each piece, I color the number out with a fluorescent marker. And I'll put a red one through if I've got to go back and do it. If it's not done and, you know, I'm leaving it. And then obviously clear if it hasn't been done yet. So, yeah, it's worth a very good idea, which I got from John Moore. And then we've got nice color diagram. Obviously, this has got interior. D15, and then there's some optional areas, and there's your 3 different designs, to be honest, they all look the bloody same. That looks no different to that one. It's the same paints and all. I don't understand what painting and marking guide, painting and marking guide. I don't know. I don't get that. Oh, there's a slight difference down there. This one's got a yellow decal on. This one hasn't. Not a lot of difference. So, you know, this would be a lovely little build. It'll be a nice addition to somebody's armor shelf or whatever it's classed as. Well, yeah, armor personnel carrier. And I just don't think at this stage it's for me. What have I done with the bag? There it is. The only problem with this is I've got to remove let's pop that in there. Only problem with these self-adhesive bags you go in there and you go in there. There we go. And then we'll just come over, seal you. In you go. Right, so we're going to have a look at the, I guess this is the outer shell. It's very small, so I don't know if this is the top and the bottom or the two tops of the front and rear vehicle. But there's it's nice, crisp, no signs of any flash. There's a couple of holes that have not gone all the way through, but that's not a problem. Got some nice detail on the catches, on the bonnet area. Let me just bring this lamp down. I'm going to turn it on a lower setting for now, just to come on. There we go. So we've got this nice, and then obviously these are going to be like where you, I guess your boss man or your gunner stands. That's not, so this I reckon is the bottom of the back bit. Why they've only put these two, the top and bottom of the rear and the top of the front, why they haven't put the other two, like the bottom of the front and the top of the rear, I don't know. So looks very good. We've got a stamp on the inside which says 2018 2083. We've got a little bit of detail on the roof. I'll just show you that. When it comes into focus, there we go. So, you know, you've got lots of tiny little recesses where things have got to go. Yeah, so it does look a nice little kit, actually. I'm probably going to end up talking myself into keeping it. Put that to one side. Right, I'm going to start on these. I don't know what any of these bits are, so it's literally going to be a case of showing you. Do the Arctic version. No, I don't think it's a resin kit. I don't think so. There's no resin in this, I don't think. I'm assuming you're on about the shells there. So here we go. We've got some. I'm just trying to see if I can pick out some something that I know. Well, we all know what a fan looks like. It's either a fan or an elaborate pizza dish. I'm going to go with a fan because that makes me look far more intelligent. We're going to, we've got some tiny pieces at the back here. I'm guessing these are like levers and switches, and I am just guessing. This is the dashboard. I've spotted something I know. Somebody's going to point out now that it's not the dashboard, it's a control station in the back. But come on, there we go. Come into focus. There we go. They look like either the back of some seats or some seats where they flip up at the bottom. And obviously that's all I can really say on that. It's not a subject that I'm got any experience in. When I first came to modelling, I didn't know anything about anything at all. I didn't know a Spitfire from a Typhoon. I couldn't tell you planes, jets. My knowledge was basically cars, like just the regular cars that people drive. So I had no experience. Now, over the last 3 years, I've built primarily, I've built a bit of everything, but where I've learnt the most in these last 3 years is planes, because it's one of the first things you build when you come into modelling. So I now know a Spitfire when I see one. I know a Typhoon from a Spitfire. I know when I see a Phantom. I can, the silhouette of a Phantom it's got the upturned external wing bits. Oh yeah.
You really know what you're talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fucking wing bits. Oh, right. I haven't got a clue. But
You try.
yeah. My point is that I know a lot more about planes than I do about what is this? A snowmobile, a snowcat. I know it's an armoured personnel carrier, but what would you call that type of vehicle? It's not a tank. It's an armoured personnel carrier, but it's like a snowcat. I'm trying to think what the civilian equivalent would be, if there is one. Yeah, a Caterpillar. Let's just leave it because I'm just looking stupid now. Right, so we found these are like the external armour. Apart from these, I reckon these are chairs or seat backs. These are about the biggest pieces I've seen, with the exception of this next. And apparently these hatches here can be posed open or closed, as it's got a full interior, so you might want to leave them open so you can see inside. Might be a bit dark in there though. Come on. No. There we go. Nice bit of detail on there. I haven't seen there's some recessed panel lines. Not very many at the moment. I haven't come across very many, but they are there. That, I believe, was the inside of the hatches. This might be the top side. So that's that. Then we've got, so these are the bases of the vehicles. And then these are definitely seat backs, I think. So I don't know what them other ones were. Nice bit of detail on them seats. There's obviously some sort of pouch there for putting maps or something in, maybe. And then I'm gonna guess this is some sort of door. Nice detail like on there. You've obviously got a lot more pieces to go on. Here's the doors in front. They look got nice riveting detail around the edge, and we've also got some nice yeah, they've done really nice detail on this, I've got to say. And there's your internal. I reckon that's the rear. We've got some internal stuff there. I don't know about these EPM marks. They're probably something's going to go over them, so you're not going to see them anyway, would be my guess. But we will wait and see. Let's pop that back in there. So far, so good. Just get these edges nice and crisp. And there we go. Another fret with some very small pieces. Sorry, I've been working with photo etch, so these, I don't know, these look like brakes, maybe there. Very tiny again. I'm just going to show you this. If I don't know if I can get, maybe I should turn that up. Come on, get into focus, you bugger. And we've got little cylinders there as well. There we go. There's the brakes I was on about, number 32, is that? I'm looking at it, it says mirror image, so is that a tiny, I don't know what that is. Then we come down. Got some detail there. Just trying to see what they might be. Oh, they're tank, like gas cans, jerry cans. You might see better now. Come on. Oh, well, you've all seen a jerry can before. So come along. There we go. I wonder should that have gone in the other way. No, we're okay. We're okay. Then we've got, there's two sprues in here. They're both identical. I'm just going to get one out. a little bit now because these are sort of the road wheels. This is the bottom here. Is where the wheels are going to attach. This looks like maybe the drive sprockets here. That could be those. Gear selection there. We've got lots of, this is all to do with suspension, I think. And obviously there's your road wheels or your propulsion wheels, whatever you want to call them. And obviously there's a seat for either the driver or the passenger. And we come around here, we've got some more little detail work. I mean, if you love doing tiny stuff, this is the kit for you. Let me just pop that back in, and you can see that the second one's identical to the first. Is that over? I'm not going to take the clear parts out. They've got a thick look to them. They've made them look quite thick, like armor. But unfortunately, the one thing they haven't done is colour them like armoured glass looks. Bugger it. Let's have a look. So you can. So most kits actually do that now. They colour the armoured stuff. It's not difficult to replicate. It is very clear though. I haven't got anything to look at the toothpaste. Oh, it's crystal clear. No distortion at all. I don't know if you can. At this size, you would expect, with it being so small, you would expect some sort of distortion. But look at that when it comes into focus. Nice and clear. And you can see it's quite thick. If it'll focus in, I don't know if it'll focus in. I'm trying to show how they've made it look thicker. No, it's focusing on the reflection of the light, so I'm not going to be able to show that, unfortunately, unless that works. There we go. There we go. You can see how thick it is. They've sort of done a double. But that's immaculate. Very good. And this kit, I should say, retails for around the £45 mark. You can get it a little bit cheaper if you shop around. And then these are, I'm not going to get these out because we've all seen these before. These are just basically single piece rubber tracks, and there's 4 of them, and you just loop them round and connect them up. They're rubber, they're not so that is that. So that's the TAKOM BANDVAGN BV206 articulated armoured personnel carrier, and I think we've finished just in time. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this small live review, which is the way I try to do things now. Something a bit different, rather than editing stuff. It means it can go straight up on the channel without having to make any adjustments, or I don't cut anything out, and then you see it as it is. Okay, so thanks, and bye for now.